what's poppin'? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? And it's that time again where I drop my new bad boy membership program. This one's called The Art of Inspiring Women to Submit. Now, listen, I don't need to tell y'all that the game is heavy because y'all already know, okay? So listen, I'm going to play this quick clip. Right after the clip, make sure you click the link below or go straight to badboymembership.com so you can watch this program plus all the other audio/video programs on the Bad Boy membership. All right, check this out. That's what submission is. Submission is the woman being under the mission, right? Now, let's jump into what submission is not, right? So I was just talking about how a lot of people think that submission is this thing where you're in a situation with a woman and you're forcing her to do something against her will, or, you know, she's in a situation that she doesn't want to be in and she's just there because she feels like she has to do it and she has no choice. That is not submission. You understand? See, submission is, you know, her freely doing it, freely making the choice. So it's not submission if she is in a situation where she's forced to do something, or she feels like she has to do something, or she's in a particular situation where she just feels like she has no choice. So what happens is you have a lot of guys out there who will try to sort of manipulate a woman and play on her emotions and get her caught up into a particular situation or circumstance. And then she feels like she needs to, you know, go along with the situation because of fear of what would happen if she doesn't, or she feels like, you know, sort of like she has no choice in a certain situation but to go down this path, right? And that's not what submission is about. That actually is a person manipulating someone else to try to get them to do something, right? And so submission has nothing to do with force, has nothing to do with manipulation, has nothing to do with you trying to get a woman to do something she doesn't want to do. You feel what I'm saying? So that is not, whenever it's the idea of forcing someone or controlling someone or devaluing the chick or whatever it is like that, it is not submission. So I don't want you guys to get confused with that. And a lot of times certain women get confused with that too, because they think that is what submission is, right? And what you got to understand is that women, when they're in a situation with a guy that they're actually attracted to, a guy that they're interested in, they actually want to submit, right? So even though submission has this negative connotation a lot of times, what actually happens when a woman is dealing with a man is that she actually submits, right? So even though she may not necessarily consciously realize she's submitting, she's actually doing it because she wants to go along with that guy's program because she wants to be with him, right? So that brings us to our next, thing of why would a woman want to submit, right? And the reason why a woman wants to submit is because she sees that guy is a guy that's worth submitting to. She sees that she will get a benefit out of submitting to him. See, and that's the key thing. A woman gets a benefit out of submitting to a guy that she sees as a leader, right? So that's why she wants to submit. That's why she's inspired to submit, because she sees the benefit of submitting. See, what happens is that, for example, if a person goes to work at a job at a certain company, them trying to get hired at the company is them saying they want to submit to that company, meaning that they want to be under that company's mission. Right? The company has a mission statement. They have a direction in where they're going. And that person is saying, I want to work here because I want to be a part of this situation. And by submitting to this situation, I get a benefit out of it. I get a paycheck. I get the whatever benefits go along with being in this job or associated with this job and so forth and so on. Right? And so what happens is that person that is applying for that job is essentially saying, I want to submit to this company. I want to work for this company. I want to be under this structure. I want to be under this mission. And so the same thing happens for women, is that when they find a man that they're interested in, when they find the man that they're attracted to, they want to be a part of that situation because they want to be in the situation to benefit from being with that man. Right? And so what happens is that when you are that guy, that woman is actually going to want to be with you. She's going to want to interact with you. She's going to want to follow your lead, because following your lead and submitting to you means lots of benefit for her. So the benefit is she gets to be with a man who's consistent, a man who's a leader, a man who's on point, right? Now, that goes into the next thing of what type of guy do you need to be to inspire a woman to submit, right? And so now I was just saying that one of the things that needs to happen is you have to be the type of guy that a woman wants to submit to. See, the reason why it's hard for you guys to get women to submit to you, and when we talk about submission, I'm going to talk about in all these different, aspects, is because she doesn't see you as that guy to want to submit to. Now, understand that every woman is not going to see you as that guy, right? So no matter how on point you are, no matter how like you think that your game is tight and all this other stuff, every woman you deal with is not going to want to submit to you, right? And the reason why is because every woman is not going to see a benefit to deal with you, right? Even if there actually objectively is a benefit to deal with you, and you know this, she may not see it. She may not feel it. She may not recognize it. So therefore, she may not want to deal with you. She may not want to submit. And this is where a lot of times you might get a lot of friction, resistance, and all this other stuff from women, and a lot of uncooperative behavior, because she doesn't see you as that guy that she wants to submit to. Now, sometimes what happens is, the reason why this happens is because you, through your behaviors and actions and what you do, you display that you're not the type of guy she wants to submit to. But also there's the flip side of it, where even though you're on point, you still may not be her type. You may not be the type of guy she is interested in, even though you're on point, right? So when you see that a woman is, not willing to submit, you got to keep that shit pushing. You got to keep it going. You got to just keep it moving, right? Now, if the woman is willing to submit, right, then you can, keep her around, keep her on the roster, keep it going with that woman, because she's basically adhering to your leadership, which is her saying she wants to submit to you, right? But the thing is that the reason why you may have a hard time getting women to submit in a lot of these different situations is because for a large number of women, you may not be that guy, right? And so what I want to teach you in this program is to be that guy for a large number of women. So then therefore you'll get a large number of women to submit. Because when we talk about submit, we're talking about it in all different aspects. So, even you, for example, setting a date and telling her to meet you at a certain place without getting, that resistance, without getting that uncooperative behavior, just trying to set up a date, right? What you want to do is you want a woman to basically submit to you leading her to the date, right? And her submitting would be her basically going along with what you're saying. Right. So what you want to happen is you want a larger number of women to respond to you that way, but they're going to respond to you that way the more that they see you as that guy. Right. And see, part of what's going to make them see you as that guy is the 5 things that I'm going to talk about in this program that you must do in order to inspire women to submit. You understand? Because the thing is that, like I said, women are going to want to submit to you when they see you as that guy. They willingly submit. It's 100% cooperation. It's none of this, back and forth, none of this resistance, none of this, oh, I'll let you know, I'll see, I don't know, all that stuff that you're getting is women that are not willing to submit to you. And they're not willing to submit to you because they don't see you as that guy that they want to submit to. And so what happens is that the tighter your game gets, the more that you invest in yourself, the more that you understand your value, the more that you work on your stuff, what's going to happen is that you're going to become the guy that more women want to submit to. You understand? Because this is the thing you have to understand is, and I talked about this before on one of my YouTube videos or one of my lives, where I said that somebody in the relationship has to submit, right? And somebody's going to lead. What happens is, unfortunately, you have a lot of guys out here who they submit to the woman. They submit to what the woman wants. So the woman is leading. So at first it seems okay to her and to the guy that's being led because it's like, oh, well, this woman is dealing with me, and the guy feels good about it. And then the woman feels good because she has a guy that's, giving her attention and being a little bit more consistent with her. But at the end of the day, what happens is that because you're following her lead, she ends up not respecting you because you're submitting to her. And then she basically just tosses you to the side or uses you up for attention, time, energy, and then it's an issue. Right? But what happens is when I say someone is supposed to submit, it should be her submitting to your leadership. Because when she submits to your leadership, what she's basically saying is that, yes, I want to be down with what you're about. Yes, I'm about following your lead. Yes, I respect what you're trying to do, and I want to make this happen with you. Right? So she's going in your direction. Right? And so this is what I'm going to teach you guys to become that guy, to have those traits, in order to be that guy that when you interact with a large number of women, you're going to have more women who are going to want to gladly submit to you. All right. So that's what we're about to do right now. So what we're going to do is I'm going to jump into this. So this is 5 things that you must do to inspire women to submit. And I'm going to break this down crazy so you really, really understand exactly what you need to do, and you should be implementing this into your game immediately. All right, so let's jump into this. So first thing,